And good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of ETBU Extra. Hello, I'm Mike McGibb, live from the Huffman Student Activities area on the campus of East Texas Baptist University. Today on ETBU Extra, just like we do each Wednesday at noon, we're going to talk Tiger football, Tiger volleyball, Tiger soccer, cross country, and Tiger tennis. The first guest, as always, well, at least this year always, has been the head coach of the Tigers, Joshua Eargle. And Coach, 2 weeks ago you played and you beat Louisiana College by a final score of 44-34, but you drew the open date last Saturday on the schedule. Did you get any rest last Saturday?
Last Saturday I did. I spent some time with my girls, my wife and my 2 little girls, and we had a good time enjoying one another, just being a family. Man, you say 2 weeks ago, that seems like that was a year and a half ago. It seems a long time ago.
Like last season?
Man, holy cow. I'm ready to play another game.
I tell you what I did. I watched football Saturday, and I didn't play by play. Watching the games. You know, I'm just in the habit of every Saturday calling the doctor saying you got to do something. So when I watch one game, again, like you're calling the game of national team.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Well, Coach, let's talk ETBU Tiger football. With the time off, I mean, how much do you give the players off during this time period, or is your philosophy, hey, let's just hit the schedule, we're going to play on Saturday?
Right. What we try to do is keep them in the same routine. Most athletes, especially football players, are creatures of habit. So we kept them in the same routine last week for the most part. Gave a little extra time towards the end of the week, and they got to go home. So most of them went home. They live so close and got a break. And they've been practicing pretty hard for about 8 weeks now, and since we reported. So it's been a grind on. It was good to kind of just relax and spend time with their family, and then come back rejuvenated. And I can see that this week in practice.
Briefly about that win on Louisiana College, 44-34. We talked about this last week. It was a win where your team just kind of put it all together. You in close ball game, and ended up making the points to win. Since it's been 2 weeks, have you keep rolling over in your mind, or you put that behind you and go, okay, let's go forward?
Yeah, we pretty much have a 24-hour rule, win or loss. And so once we kind of made the corrections from that and talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak, we kind of moved on. And what we spent a lot of our time on last week in practice was really just us. Where are our deficiencies in all 3 aspects of the game, special teams and defense and offense? Where are we leaving holes and trying to find chinks in our armor that our opponent might be looking at and trying to take advantage of, and you're just trying to address those issues so that we continue on this journey and try to get better next 6 weeks.
Let's move to Saturday night's opponent, Alabama State, and it's Texas Lutheran University, a team at one time was in the American Southwest Conference that broke off and went into the SCAC, the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, along with Austin College, Trinity, and Southwestern. What do you remember about last year's ball game? I know it was close. You led at halftime, but you ended up losing 55-49.
Yeah, I remember a great atmosphere. We were the homecoming opponent for TOU. I remember playing unbelievable team. Coach Padron does a good job down there. I mean, he's been coaching longer than I've been alive. So they were very successful. And they were ranked 17th in the country. It was a tight ball game. We punted the football down to their 10. They're backed up 90 yards, and they drove 90 yards to beat us. And so, not very good memories.
Do you use that as motivation this week, or the players know anything to you this week?
Well, we just try to keep the focus on us. It's not really about TOU or anybody else we played this year. We really don't talk about the opponent a whole lot. We study film, look at film, and show them that they're ready for what the team tends to do, how they're going to line up, and how we think they're going to adjust to us. But really, we've been trying to go day by day this year and really just go focusing right now on the single play we have and trying to execute the game plan, the play call. So I think they see that, and I think they're human, but it's not really something we talk about in the field now.
I spent some time looking at last week's game and stats. Kendall Roberson had 173 yards in that game, no touchdowns. Hopefully that changes Saturday.
No doubt.
And then I also noticed that Josh Warrington, the quarterback, threw 4 touchdowns, 426 yards, and 2 of the touchdowns caught by Tyler Bates. Hope to see that again on Saturday. Get a scouting report on the game against Texas Lutheran coming up Saturday at 6 p.m.
Well, they've been playing lights out. They're a 4-1 football team, and they really don't let them have any deficiencies. They're pretty much a perfect football team, and it's unbelievable. I mean, they're phenomenal special teams, and they do a good job. They do a lot of stuff that gives you issues, and you got to get ready for it. You better be on your toes. You better play every special teams play like the whole game depending on the outcome, because sometimes it will be, because they're just so they do so many things to give you problems. Defensively, play 4-2-5. They do a phenomenal job. They've got 2 co-DCs that from UMXB on their background, and they do a phenomenal job here. son's the offensive coordinator, and he's lights out. So they got two backs in their backfield just like we do. They got a unbelievable quarterback. Man, they got wideouts all over the place. So they're an electric football team. I mean, there's really, it's really hard to find a chink in their armor, like I said. But we're going to have our hands full Saturday night. They're really, really good. They're outside the top 25 again this year, somewhere around 30 or so. Count their votes. They've been receiving votes all year, and really play good team football.
Now, as a fan, I look at their schedule this year. They played common opponents against Jeremy has. They played some teams in the American Southwest Conference this year. They beat Sullivan State, they beat Louisiana College, Howard Payne, they lost to Florida Citizens. As a coaching staff, do y'all play that same game the fan does and say, okay, we have common opponents? Can we predict how this is going to turn out?
Yeah, I think those ASC teams kind of know a little bit more about their personnel, and we play those guys every year. You know, TLU we played every year also, but you do kind of look at that and you kind of see, you kind of measure a little talent-wise we should be. But at the end of the day, it's just about us executing. It's about us trying to accomplish our game plan, play our way, and really do the job. You know, God's put us here to do.
You mentioned how TLU has a strong team overall, and one of those members of that team on offense is Marquise Burrow. He led the nation last year in rushing and D3 football. Kind of tell me about what we need to do to stop him.
Well, I don't know if we can stop him. He's we'll do our best to try to contain him. He's a little small scat back. He's not real big, but man, he's got a burst and he can stop on a dime and leave change. And he's a young man that gains a lot of his yard by being patient and then bursting through the hole. And so it looks like there's no hole, and all of a sudden he scores through there and goes to the house. And that's where he's made a lot of his yards last year and this year. What an outstanding back. I mean, they do a good job, and you really, they got another young man, Salcedo, that he's not far off there. The roll got all the accolades last year. It seems like it's a two-headed monster this year.
Texas Lutheran comes to Cornell Saturday night to play the Tigers. 6 p.m. kickoff. TLU is 4-1 near the Tigers, 3-1 on the conference play. Of course, this is a non-conference game. Coach, as we sit in the stands of Saturday night and watch the ball game unfold, if we're a fan and we're watching, what are some things that are happening on the field? Hey, we're on the right road here, or on the right spot here in the game plan and executing.
Yeah, I think you get in the flow of the game, and we're trying to focus in. I talk so much about play-by-play, but that's just so much what's on my because we're preaching those young men. It's like, you know, I'm reading a book now by a guy that Mark Patterson. He does a phenomenal job writing books, and he says in several of his books that he had 13 manuscripts going before that really kind of manifested itself out in what was his first book. In this book I'm reading, he's telling a story about Noah, and I'm like, everybody knows the story of Noah, right?
Yeah, rain, 2 by 2.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta understand something. It never rained before, and he was living in the desert, and there were no trees. And so when God asked Noah to build a boat, first of all, what's a boat? Second of all, what about building that boat with it? There's no tools. What do you mean? And just the insight that God gave Noah to try to do something that was impossible, and trying to build something that was bigger than himself. And really, you know, that just didn't happen over a week. You know, Mark did a great job bringing that. It's a 120-year commitment that Noah went out. And Jewish culture will tell you that he had to plant the trees. Trees had to grow. Then he had saw plants and tools that were never invented before. Just the knowing that God gave him to really do that and be in a day-by-day process. When you know everybody around him, people have changed in the course of history. Everybody around him was telling him, you can't do that, you can't do this. And really, I think that our young men will just stay focused on the day. What are we supposed to do today? We're supposed to plant trees, we're supposed to saw plants, we're supposed to build a ship. What are we doing? And keep them focused on that. I think that as you get in the flow of this game, you'll really see our young men locking in. And if we lock in every play and do what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to plant trees, we're supposed to saw plants, Tigers will be just fine Saturday.
Coach, as we come to the game again, it's Saturday night, what's going to take to get over that edge? Because the last 2 times we played together, we won. But now, are you happy with where your team is this season? Are you happy with the progress you've made on offense and defense? Of course, always to get better, but the season so far for the Tigers.
Well, you know, as we've gone, we have gotten better. Now, the challenge we have in front of us is we didn't play last Saturday, but we still need to have the same progress. We're going to be able to play with a team like TLU. We're going to see the progress from last week and the progress from this week. So I'm not really looking for 1 step forward, so to speak, this Saturday night. I need 2 steps forward. And we need to see those young men that have improved. We need to see that to show up on the field. And, you know, we haven't really stopped TLU. We haven't even been able to contain TLU the past 2 years. They're going to score the wheel. So defensively, we really got a challenge on the side of the ball this week. necessarily can stop them, but we got to be able to contain their points. We got to force field goals, not touchdowns, and we got to be able to keep their offense off the field. If the Tiger offense is on the field, then Tiger fans will be happy. You'll be saying there's a Tiger names on a lot more.
I'd like to say that.
And there'll be a lot of juking and jiving and booty there.
Any particular player or unit that's really kind of, hey, we're doing well right now?
Well, I'm just proud of our team. I think that, I mean, we all expect our offense to score points, but I think they've gotten better every week, and I think they're more of a balanced offense this year. I think that it's given people a little bit more issues when you can run the football so effectively with 2 to 3 backs. And then you can also throw it spread it around. You know, if you had to pick one guy out on the side of the ball, I'm really impressed with Bates' speed this year. I really felt like Tyler has worked in the offseason to increase his speed. I mean, he was catching passes, and he was doing it. He's always been phenomenal. Been all conference every year, all 3 years he played football. But this year it's like he catches the ball and he finds the end, takes off, he's gone. And he broke the first drive last 2 weeks ago on a very good LC team. Proud himself a great defense and great speed. He takes the ball and goes about 80 yards for that thing. He splits about 6 feet with break the game. So we're really proud of what he's doing, developing who he's becoming. And you know, we hold our hand on score on points, and we've had a lot of help doing it this year. It's been more spread out, which I'm very proud of.
Of course, I'm pleased as a fan calling the defense very well. David Washington, Triple Tech, 30 tackles in the year. Garrett Gibson from ETBU Eargle, 29 tackles, and C.J. Johnson from Eargle High School, same high school as Tyler Bates, 29. I'm pleased to see that defense is kind of working better for you this year.
Yeah, we're getting better. They're week by week. I think the thing that makes them, when they have success, is team defense. When they're flying to the football, their efforts are fanatical. It's relentless in nature, and when we let up in that thing, that's when you see something slip, you see a big play happen. But in general, so far, when you turn the film on, you're seeing 11 pass line around football, and that's what's going to make you successful in today's football. It's so spread-oriented, horizontally and vertically. You better fly around and covering up people's gaps and overlapping each other. And I really think that they did a good job on partnership.
Last question, Coach. Probably an easy one. I'm kind of curious. I know some coaches like to script the first 15 offensive plays. Do the Tigers do that? Script it out before he's going to do?
We do. I mean, we script the first 5 as our number, and this kind of gets us in the groove and lets us see kind of how they're going to play us and kind of allow our guys to kind of settle down and get a feel. And you know, we take off.
I never knew that was common. A couple of years ago, I saw the game plan for the game. I said, hey, these first 5, first 15 are already dictated. And you adjust as it goes. Coach, best to you and your Tigers. Say Mike. Joshua Eargle has been our guest here on ETBU Extra, of course, talking Tiger football. Next game for the Tigers, a home game right now. Let's kick off is 6 p.m. We're coming out to Tiger Alley 3 hours before game time. Tiger Walk at 4 that afternoon. Open seat in the stadium. This Saturday, so the Tigers play Texas Lutheran. Texas Lutheran 4-1, ETBU 3-1. Game broadcast, of course, on the ETBU Sportsnet and also locally in Harrison County at ESPN 1450 AM and 97.9 FM. Coming up next on ETBU Extra live from the campus of East Texas Baptist University, we're going to talk Tiger volleyball. Head coach of the Lady Tigers, Lindsay Maxwell. That's next on ETBU Extra.